Should you use free PT or complimentary PT sessions to sell your service? It's a question that gets asked to us a lot. Should I use a complimentary session as part of my sales process? Are they effective? Are they potentially just a waste of time? So I want to give you a bit of a lowdown today on some rationale behind it and some ideas on why it might be a valuable thing to do, or why not. So first of all, what I want to do is give you my own personal experience. So we were able to build our personal training business up to doing over 200 hours of personal training every single week. That was via 45-minute personal training sessions. And we did that with pretty much 80% of all of our sessions done in a face-to-face sit-down consultation. Why did I prefer a sit-down face-to-face consultation? Well, from my perspective, I just felt like that gave me the best ability to connect with someone, to sit down with them person to person, to hear them, to understand them, and then to take them through our whole sales process. And if any of you don't have a sales process in place, it's my recommendation you do put something in place. So I'd be able to take them through our whole process, and then at that point in time present them with some type of solution to help them out with what it is that they wanted to do, be it body transformation, weight loss, gain muscle, and all the rest of it. So that was about 80% of the circumstances. And my thoughts were, and this came early on the piece, it came even before I sort of started learning a bit about business development, but I was always a bit sort of anti just sort of giving away a personal training session, because I felt like I was kind of giving away a 45 minutes of my time or an hour of my time. So that was where my rationale originally come from. And I was very big on, going, look, if I'm going to actually turn up and train somebody, I'd prefer to physically actually get compensated for it or get paid for it. Hence the reason why I put that system into place. Now, having said that, that's around about 80% of the circumstance. For around about 20% of the time, I knew that there were certain clients who just, really valued giving this thing a go, having a trial type of session. So we had that in place as well. And I made sure that all of my 13 personal trainers were fully prepared to be able to offer an introductory complimentary session to somebody to assist them in that decision-making process. So before someone made that decision, they could come and try it. Now, if you're currently offering an introductory complimentary session, I'm definitely not against it. But what I do say to you is you do need to have some sort of strategy behind it. So if we're just rocking up, hoping for the best, giving them this session, and just haven't really got a process behind it, not even explaining to the people that this is part of the process of attempting to, help me gain more clients, then, you're really selling yourself short in terms of what you can potentially do in your fitness business. Because, without a strategy, without a process, then you're just hoping for the best. You're hoping that someone, has a go, likes it enough, and they just, want to reach out to you and say, hey, sign me up immediately. Same thing happens with triple packs. We see it happen all around the country at the moment. We get to speak to thousands of personal trainers all around the country, and similar story where I get to chat to many of them where they tell me that for the introductory kickstart packs, triple packs, all that sort of stuff, they just really don't have a system or a process behind it. And in many ways, they are literally just hoping for the best and don't really have a process behind it. So you need to make sure that you do have a system or a process behind it. Back to the sit-down face-to-face consultation, and why would you do it? Well, from my perspective, I believe that people are if they've taken time out of their busy schedule to, first of all, contact you or touch base with you, if they've taken out the time of their busy schedule to fill out your exercise screening questionnaire, your preliminary documents, all that sort of stuff, which would lead them to that sit-down face-to-face conversation with you, and they've actually physically turned up to your gym, your studio, your facility, the cafe, wherever it is you're going to meet them, they've voted with their feet. They're well invested already in this process, and in my opinion, they're pretty much 95% there that this thing's going to go ahead. So I would turn up to those meetings feeling very confident that it's not so much a matter of I'm hoping someone's going to do something, but alternatively, I'm pretty certain they are going to do something. I'm just not sure which program, which package that they're going to embark on. And that's what this sit-down conversation is about, me to understand as much as I can about them. That's part number one. And then part number two is for me to present them with some type of solution to the process or to what's going on for them. The next part, of course, is to be able to effectively try and get some level of commitment, close the deal, get the direct debit form signed and all the rest of it. So there you have it. Over to you. Complimentary sessions. Do you do them? Well, the